Hi, friends. I am very glad you came back so that we can continue our theme. Thanks for returning because you could have been doing something else, I know. All right, so as we continue our theme of shadows, what's the title of it now? Shadow, Shades, and Secret. Right, I want to jump straight into the shadows. Now, this whole thing gets a little deep, but I don't want to get too technical. There are two things. So I did a little research on shadows. There are two things which are needed to make a shadow. The first is light. The second is something that blocks that light. And together, these two things make an area that is darker than what is around it. And the area is, of course, called a shadow. Trees and buildings make shadows. And family, as we would know, though their shadows can keep us cool on a hot, sunny day. Shadows stay cool because they are blocked by the sun's light. The sun's light is what heats the ground, which then heats the air above. All right, so could I jump back with you? Come with me back over now to Psalm 121, which I had quoted in the previous note. And it says there, the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Now, family, all of this is imagery. And collectively, and there are some other verses I want to share with you. Collectively, these verses are filled with spiritual truth that honestly could easily go over our heads. The thing is, sometimes you can experience a phenomenon that you cannot quite explain to someone the mechanics of it, but you just know that you're experiencing it. I want to go over now. Come with me. Let's go over now to Psalm 91:1. Let me get my big fat Bible here. Actually, this Bible, I gave it to Debbie Ann for her 17th birthday. Matthew Henry Study Bible. I went home and saw it on the bookcase and I grabbed it up and brought it right up here with me. So Psalm 91:1, you're familiar with this psalm and this verse. Sometimes people use Psalm 91 as a kind of, we call it an amulet, like a magic charm. They think if they just repeat the words, etc., that something magical will happen. The magic has to believe that we believe what the word of God says. So Psalm 91:1 says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I tell you, there is so much in that text. I want to share with you what Matthew Henry says about that secret place. I read this several times, so it was sink into my head. It has sunk into my experience. Something can either sink into your head, which is you know it in a theoretical kind of way, or you could also know it by experience. So he says, his comment on Psalm 91:1, commenting specifically on the word secret place, says, a great truth has been laid down in general of those who live a life of communion with God are constantly safe under his protection. So a life of communion with God, not a life of just saying prayers, but a life of communion with God. Right, they are always safe under his presence. And he goes on to say, and may therefore preserve a holy serenity and security of mind at all times. Family, what we will come to understand, the heat starts up here. The heat starts in the mind. So there are some people who say, well, you got to worry and you got to be panicky and frightened, and that's your human nature. The word of God declares to us that he has not given us a spirit of fear, but one of power, love, and a sound mind. All right. The next sentence says, he that by faith chooses God for his guardian shall find all in him that he needs or can desire. He is at home in God, returns to God, and reposes in him as his rest. And pause there. That's real deep here. That's super deep. The fact of the matter, if we have found the secret place of God. So next time I want to talk more about what the secret place is. And there are 2 poems I want to share with you. Because if we are in that place with God, we have to be peaceful. Definitely. And we can also have quite a sense of humor. So there are 2 poems I want to share with you before we eventually wrap up this theme. All right. Thanks for listening. And it seems as though the time flies so quickly. Anyhow, I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.